Hello, I'm Kevin from the Greenery Garden Home. Well, it's spring in Melbourne and the sun has finally come out. Time to get back out in the garden and get things happening. I'm going to give you 5 tips today on what you can do to help your garden get started. Here's tip 1. With it being spring, it's a great time to start planting all those summer flowering seedlings. And one of the best things you can do after planting is remove the first lot of flowers from the plants as they're produced. By doing this, you're encouraging the plant to get bigger and produce a lot more flowers later in the season. If you leave the early flowers on, then the plant's inclined not to last as long and you won't get as many flowers. So it's just a matter of pinching out the flowers as they occur all over the plant. You probably do this for the first 1 or 2 flushes of flowers, and that will help encourage a bigger plant, more flowers later on, and a better show of colour. That's tip 1. Tip 2. With early plantings of vegetable seedlings at this time of the year, snails are a common problem in gardens in Melbourne, particularly after rain or wet conditions. It's worth protecting newly planted seedlings using some sort of bait for the snails. This is Eco Shield, which is a fairly safe one and a more natural product to use around the plants to protect them from the snails and slugs. Another thing you can use to exclude the cabbage white butterflies, which are a major pest of broccolis and cabbage, cauliflowers, etc. You can get what's called insect exclusion nets, which, as the name suggests, you drape over the plants to prevent the butterflies getting through and laying eggs on the newly planted seedlings. If you don't do that, you end up with a lot of holes in the leaves. The caterpillars tend to get more of the vegetables than what you do. So it's worth doing that every season after you plant your new seedlings. Tip 3, whenever you're planting new vegetables or herbs into the garden, to encourage lots of leafy growth and quick growth, it's worth feeding the plants on a regular basis with some sort of liquid plant food. This is Power Feed. It's a natural fertiliser. It's good for any plants in the garden. It's an all-purpose. Every fortnight or so, mixed with water in a watering can, applied over the leaves and over the roots of the plants, will get them off to a really good start and encourage all that nice leafy growth, which obviously we need. Tip number 4. One of the great ways to improve growth in the garden, particularly with vegetables, is to have a fantastic soil well prepared before planting. One of the products we have here at the Greenery is Zoogrow. Any organic matter is terrific to dig in through the soil prior to planting. It could be a manure of any type. Adding fertiliser as well will also help. The better the soil, the better results with your vegetables. It can also be used for newly planted flowering seedlings, or in fact any newly planted tree or shrub. The better the soil, the better results you'll get in the end. This is Zoogrow, and it's a good product to safely use on any plant. Tip number 5, and my final tip, is a very important one. At this time of the year, it's good to be thinking about mulching the garden in preparation for summer. And there's various types of mulches that are available. Mulches are normally placed around plant root systems to help with moisture, holding moisture in the soil. They also help to inhibit weed growth and keep the temperature of the soil a little bit cooler through those hotter days. There are various types of mulches that you can use in garden bed to suit your particular style of garden. This is a pine bark mulch. You can also get a black bark type dyed mulch, which looks very effective against the green foliage of the plants. There are things like pea straw, sugarcane mulch, lucerne mulch, which are very beneficial for vegetable gardens because as they break down and decompose, they also help to improve the soil conditions for your vegetables to grow well. The one thing you need to be conscious of when you're using mulch around any plants is not to have it very close to the trunk of the plant. As the mulch heats up in the summer, it can also heat up around the stem of the plant and cause problems. So you always leave a little bit of a gap around the trunk of the plant itself. Have it evenly spread over the root system. The recommended depth is around about 20 to 40 millimetres, and that will help keep your weeds down, help with your workload in the summer where you don't have to water as often, and also help with water loss out of the soil. So a mulch is highly recommended for any garden bed if you want to save yourself some work. Well, thanks for watching. For more tips, you can subscribe to the Greenery Garden and Home channel, or you can come into the store and ask any of the horticultural staff here who'd be happy to help with any of the queries that you might have. We're open 6.5 days a week and only too happy to help you with whatever information you might be looking for. Thanks again for watching.